YouTube. So live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bombay person. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. Folakede Doati. Good morning, Yemisi Eka Roma. Felix Email. I see you. Lijoka Oluwaseun. Good morning, everyone. If I miss out your name, Yomiade Deji. Osha Prapra. Namibi, that's my brother. Yawo Mida. Where is my Yawo? Bello Fatimo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Please, let's kindly hold on so people can join us on YouTube too. And Eleni Kimbosi YouTube. So we are on YouTube right now. And let's just give it some few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes for people to join us. I didn't start at the same time. It's not even up to 1 minute here. So kindly be patient. We want to talk. Today is Friday. Like we talk on relationship most times on Fridays. Either freaky, or we speak some sense into ourselves. All right. Having a good relationship is one of the fulfillments of life. And it's one of the, thank you, Olubare. Good morning on YouTube. Thanks for joining us here. Sorry, we are coming late on YouTube. We started on Facebook before somebody directed me and commanded me, say, go to YouTube. So we are on YouTube. We are just opening YouTube. So you are welcome if you are just getting to join us. And we're not going to waste enough time. Let's just talk some things into ourselves this morning concerning our relationship lives. On Fridays, I try to do this. Not all the time. Sometimes I forget, but most times on Friday. And thanks to Remi Oduala, who is always, Auntie, your relationship talk on Friday, don't leave it. So she's one of my sister, my beautiful sister, very close sister, Remi Oduala. She's always like, Auntie, show Fridays, yeah, don't put it down now. Don't forget to continue to do it. So I want to welcome you as you join us, and I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. If you are a new subscriber on YouTube, I want to say thank you for subscribing, and thanks for being here, for returning. On Facebook, now we say Facebook level dey different from YouTube level. Facebook now we dey there. Our gbasgbos for plenty for Facebook. We know ourselves. So I want to welcome every one of you, and I say thank you for joining me once again on Facebook. And share. We have issues on Facebook. Facebook never released my page, like I told you. I'm on restriction. They are gradually releasing it, but it's still on serious restriction. And that is why you don't see adverts when I'm doing show anymore. It's part of the restriction that was placed. And the restriction will last for a year. I think it will be ending by October or November. It's been on since last year. In fact, 2 years now. There was a time they removed it. Immediately they took it off again. So the restriction is so much. That's why you don't see much views. But it's all okay. Moses Olaniran. Toyin Kasan. This is so close to somebody familiar. Téèyàn bá pè mí Toyin, I want to believe somebody that is very close to me. Anyway, Kasan mo kí yín, you're welcome. Now let us talk on nagging. Nagging. I saw this sticker I put on Facebook. I will still probably put it on YouTube, or I don't have to. Where I saw this thing actually motivated this talk. The sticker said, behind a nagging wife is a husband who refused to do what he is supposed to do. And when I saw that sticker, I said, I said, is a man that makes a woman nag. How? What is nagging first? Let us talk on what is nagging. Nagging is when you repeatedly, consistently, forcefully talk on something. Consistently, you repeat something and you are hammering on it. That is what is nagging. For example, I'm going to relate it to husband and wife. I'm going to relate it to boyfriend and girlfriend. So people that have relationship. And I'm still going to even relate it to parents too. Parents to child. When you want something from your partner, either from Is nagging all about a woman? No. We have men who nag, but nagging is mostly from women. Nagging is mostly from women. We have men that nag too, but most nagging na women dey nag. You may not like this as a woman. Now we dey nag pass. We go nag on our husband. We go nag on friend. We go nag on boyfriend. We go nag even on children. Nagging is kind of more on the woman's side than men's side. You know, some men do nag. I'm not going to take that away. I said some men. You understand? So some men do nag, but mostly now women they nag more. So how do you nag? In case you don't know, whether that's why I'm doing broken English. Oh, I hope I will not mix my English and real English and broken together before they will come and say their mama knows how to speak English. When you need something from somebody, or you want somebody to do something, and you keep repeating it, you keep talking about it, or if something is paining you for body and you want to pass the message and you keep saying it, that is nagging. Let me cite an example for you. Me and my husband dey together now, and he do something yesterday. Now yesterday he do that thing, you know, no be say the thing go affect my life, no be say the thing go affect the home, but I refuse to let it go. And I keep reminding him, that thing you did, I never forget. And you never say sorry. That thing you did, I still expect you to say sorry. That thing you did, I no go gree. That thing you did, na me and you, that is nagging. Or if you need something and that man never ready to give you, or never ready to answer you, and you refuse to let it lie low, you continue to say that thing, this thing where they talk, now me and you, we go talk this thing. This house go hot for us. This house no go greet me and you together to stay. Me and you no go fit stay inside this house until this thing is sorted out. I'm sure some women are looking at me and say, this is me. Some of us women, we do that thing. I no go agree. That is nagging. That is nagging. And when you nag, nagging can cause headache for the person where you dey nag on. Nagging can cause headache. Nagging can make the person you are nagging on to go kolo. Nagging can cause even more damage than what you are fighting for or what you are asking for. When you nag, if you check yourself very well, anxiety don set into your life without you knowing. Depression don set in, and you are exhibiting it through nagging. So for you people, maybe if you are a man that you have a woman who is always nagging, please, if need be, let her go for checkup. Let her go and see specialist. Some women are nagging not because they want to nag. They are nagging because they are depressed, or they are anxious. You know, when somebody keeps repeating things, that means that person is living in anxiety, is living in fear. Something is making that person to behave that way. Something is not right with that person. Hey, Olueke, good morning. Something is not just okay with that person. And, you know, nagging is not ordinary. Nagging shows that that person has some underlying issues. The underlying issues might not even be you. You might not even be the cause of the problem. It might even be a problem from the person's past. It might be a problem that is different. You are not the cause. So, in fact, you will look at yourself that, what have I done to... Is it about all these things, or something else has happened? You will be wondering by yourself too. Alafia Anifola TV. You know, you yourself will even be thinking, wait, is there more to this thing? The way the person will carry on and carry on and carry on, you know, and you'll be wondering what is really going on. That is how deep, how crazy nagging is. Now, why do some women nag? They nag, like I said, because they have probably some underlying issues. You are welcome. Probably they have something going on with them. Probably because they want your attention and you are not ready to give it. They nag because they feel what they want, you are not giving it to them. I'm still going to talk to women on that aspect too. I just want you to understand the reason behind nagging. Nagging is not ordinary. A woman or a person, let me not say a woman now, even a man, because some men nag too, but mostly now women dey nag pass. Please help me to share this video. Dem block us, abi dem lock us. Today is Friday. You know, you are going through that now and every day, you know, you see. So some women nag, some men nag, like I said. So it's both ways. They have some underlying issues, like I said. Something is going on with them, and you know, they come at the anybody that is their victim, anybody they can see around them. That is the person they will vent the problem on, and you know, they continue on this thing, and they keep nagging, and they keep talking and talking on certain issue is nagging. If a woman or a man does not know how to let go, that is nagging. When a man or woman does not know when to keep quiet and allow things to take its course, that is nagging. You know, some things will happen. It is not until you talk before solution will come. It is not until you talk before things will happen. And talking to think you want to talk to an adult to change their ways, that is nagging. And that person you are talking to, if you keep talking, is either you run that person into depression or you run yourself into depression. And that person you are nagging can eventually become violent. And that is why you will see when a woman, especially, like I told you, men nag too. Men nag. Kí lẹ fẹ́?
Did I leave my edge?
Bá mi sọ fún Daniel kó bá mi mú. Ó sì yẹ kó jìnnà. Elizabeth Jegere YouTube. I said yes, some men nag, but when women they nag pass. I agree. But when it comes to nagging, now we women get down. And I will tell you why. Look at our children. Do you know that we nag on children too? Do you know we nag on children? When you are trying to force people to have your way, that is nagging. It's part of nagging. When you are trying to make people do things at your own time, that is nagging too. You want something done. For example, you are having issues, and whoever you are having issues with, maybe your partner is not ready to talk. I will use partner now because this is more about relationship now. Your partner is not ready to talk. At that time, at that moment, your partner feels, I'm not ready. Yes, I know we have issues, but I'm not ready to talk about it. But you want it at that time, and you are insisting. That is nagging. Instead of getting solution, you will now get more problem. You will now become more tensed. You will become more destabilized instead of getting solution to that thing. Instead of getting solution, you will now get more problem. Because why? At that time that you want this issue to be sorted out, that man is not ready to talk, or that woman is not ready to talk. Maybe the worst you can do is that, why don't you want to talk about it now? And whatever answer they give, let it go at that time. Because if you don't let it go at that time, it will create more problem. It will create more stress. It will create more tension. Instead of that. And this is where communication comes into play. If you don't know how to communicate to your partner, it will result and look like nagging. And I said men do it too, but mostly women. When you are trying to pass a message and you are not passing the message the right way, it becomes nagging. Mode of communication, time of communication, the person you are communicating, trying to communicate with, are they getting that message at that time? If you are communicating to somebody and that person is not ready to absorb what you are saying at that time, you are not communicating. So if somebody tells you, I am not ready to talk now, I know some people do it, especially men. Men fall into this category. If they don't want to address an issue, they run away from it and they will be like, I don't want to talk about it. They are trying to run away from that issue because they know they have offended you. They know they have done something bad. They know they have done something wrong. So instead of giving you audience to talk, they will tell you, I am not ready to talk. They use it as a cover. They use it as an excuse. And what they are trying to do is that some of them, it's a way to show they are sorry. You know, instead of them to come out bluntly and openly to say, I am sorry. Instead of saying that, they will not say, I am sorry. They will use it as an opportunity for, for time to go and the thing should fizzle out. So that thing to fizzle out so that you won't talk again. Now, do women just nag? No, women don't just nag. Men, they don't just nag. Behind every nagging, there is a reason, but that partner is not the reason. And I will tell you why. Your partner has done something wrong as an adult. They know what they have done is wrong. You nagging, you deciding and making decision to nag does not make them the reason for your nagging. You are just the type that likes to nag. You are just the type that likes to have things your way. You are just the type that likes to have things done at your own time. You have said it. That man is not ready or that woman is not ready to talk. Sometimes letting go bring more peace than, staying on that issue and repeating it. It all depends on the issue though. Not every issue. But most issue that we put head on and we put all expend our energy on are not issues that we should expend energy. It will now expand and become big problem. Now, when you nag, like I said, if you are the type that you do it very well, check yourself. Nagging could be as a result of something going on. Probably you are beginning to have anxiety disorder and you don't know. Probably you are starting to have some underlying psychological problem. You don't know. You know why? As a full-grown adult, you should be in control of your emotions. And this is where I take exception to what they say that behind every nagging woman is a man who is not doing the right thing. You as a full-grown adult, before that nagging will result in worse situation for you, be in control of your emotions. As a full-grown adult, it is your responsibility to take charge of how you react to what others do. If somebody does something bad, like cheating, like not carrying out their responsibility, and many other things that we feel, okay, we are partners. These are the things you are supposed to do. You are not doing it. He or she has failed in their responsibility. You are not the one that has failed in that responsibility. And if you now take it upon yourself to be the one to fight and cry, you are doing yourself more harm than good. You know why? All the crying is emotional, it's psychological. You don't just cry for no reason. You cry because something is wrong with you that has affected your emotions and your psyche. Nobody cry for no reason. Okay? So you are at that point, you are taking up a negative energy. You are taking up an energy that will sap you, an energy that will make you weak, an energy that will make you tired, an energy that will not let you do things the right way. So if you now decide you want to keep nagging and fighting, honestly, sometimes it destroys things than repair it. There are times where silence works. Some people might say silence might mean that person is moving on. If you have a full-grown adult who keeps doing something wrong all the time, are you telling me they don't know that what they are doing is wrong? Somebody said unless you are going through menopause or your monthly hormonal changes. Crying is healthy, I know, but crying all the time is not healthy. Nobody should say crying is healthy like that. Crying is healthy. It sometimes is healthy, sometimes it is not healthy. This is where we need to take control of our emotions. Every full-grown human being, there are some crying that is good. There are some crying that is not good. Crying too much is never good in any way. It does damages to a lot of things in your body. One of this is using glasses now. Somebody said when issues are swept under the carpet, there are issues you will let go. There are issues. Okay, now you want to talk to somebody. That person is not ready to talk. Can we make this a call-in show? You want to talk to somebody. I want to throw this question out to you. Because if you know what nagging is, you understand from the perspective I'm talking from. If you understand what nagging is, nagging has destroyed more home than cheating. You know why? Nagging, I will even say, has given birth to cheating. If you ask me. Nagging has made a lot of children to run away from the home. If you understand, if you get where I'm coming from. Nagging has made men or women, a woman, to do what he or she doesn't want to do. When nagging is too much in a home, peace is removed from that home. When nagging is too much in a home, a child will run away and will prefer to stay outside than be inside. When nagging is too much in a home, a man will find comfort outside than inside. When nagging is too much in a home, a woman can find comfort outside than inside. The best thing is find the best time. For every human being, every one of us, there is always a time, except you don't know your partner. There is a timing to communicate to every partner your pains. And many people don't know their partners. And that is why, they nag. Nagging is repeatedly crying about something. When you know your partner very well, you will know the right time, the right mood, the right avenue, and the right way to communicate your grievance to them. The right time, the right mood, the right time, the right mood, the right way to communicate your grievances to them. Screaming about something repeatedly can never bring any change. If you don't know your partner, you will be turned to somebody that will be nagging. If you don't know your partner very well, you will result into nagging instead of communicating. You have to know. There are some partners that when you discuss something, at that point, they have let it go. They are okay. They are not bothered anymore. They are not bothered anymore. They will be like, it's okay. But you will feel it is not okay because you feel they have not started doing what they are supposed to do or what they used to do immediately. And you will keep on bringing the topic and be repeatedly like, and that discussion, that issue, it's like you are still putting it in your mind. And that person will say, no, I've forgotten about it. And you will say, but you are not acting like you have forgotten about it. And that person will say, how do you want me to act? You say, go back to the way you are acting. You say, oh, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm fine. But because you want automatic change, instant change, you repeatedly go on. You repeatedly go on and keep pushing it, keep pushing it. Okay, somebody says some people, it is when you come back from work, tired, they will be asking you money for Pampers, Pepper, and Maggi. I'm sure that is for our people back home. I'm not sure any woman will do that here. She's working too. There is a time to communicate. I saw one comment. Somebody said, but hold on, no, where's that comment? But does anyone just wake up and start to nag? If you talk, they say it's nagging. If you decide to keep quiet, they say you are not communicating. If person don't talk, tire and call. My sister, I always say something. I don't know what the changes the woman is trying to make. There is something I always tell us women. You see those men, just like we women too. Already we have developed our character before we meet that man, before they meet us. We have developed some characters. Now let me take it back to home. There are some men that tí wọ́n bá dé láti ibi iṣẹ́, when they come back from work, the place I know of one of my neighbor's husband that used to do that thing. Immediately that man comes from work, I always praise the wife, how she copes. Because I hate that attitude. But you know some women will not mind that attitude. This attitude I'm about to talk about. But me, I don't like it. Some men, immediately they come back from work, the next thing they will do, where they are sitting, is where they will remove their clothes, their shoe, their socks, their shirts, their tie, and they will throw it aside. You know some men are like that. Wọn ò mọ̀ nípa having their things arranged neatly. They don't know it. It is the woman that will do it. That means that is their character before you marry them. You now marry such man. I'm just using this as an example. You now marry that kind of a man. You as a woman, you are working too. You are very busy too. And the home front, the children are still there for you to take care of. But this man will continue in his way. And you keep complaining. You keep complaining. And this man refused to stop. Now at this stage, what do you want to do as a woman? You want to continue fighting on that? I'm just using that as a very liberal example. Do you want to continue complaining about that. You want to continue fighting about that. Are you telling me this man, as a full-grown man, does not know that a man, any full-grown person, should clean up after themselves, at least to a large extent? But because it was brought up that way, it is what he was doing. It is what he has been doing. And you marry him knowing he's like that, and suddenly you want automatic change. Honestly, you go shout tire, because unconsciously you have married another baby. Kini yẹn? Ó wà níbí. Ṣé o ti máa pẹ́ báyìí?
I'm leaving now, so he's on his way. I'm ready.
Okay. Kó pè mí.
Bye.
O lè bá mi mú èso wọn.
That's is it?
Ó wà ní fridge. Tí ó bá dé sí mú wá kí n kò sí ẹ̀fín sínú.
Okay, I have one here.
Kò yé yín. So you now want that man automatically to change, and you keep complaining. Sometimes you need to leave it there. Kóhun náà rí tó bá bójú mu. There are ways you pass messages.
I'll bring another one.
Ó dà pọ̀. Gbà ló ṣí. Mi ìfẹ́.
Why?
Ó ti ṣí sílẹ̀ mi ìfẹ́. Mi ìfẹ́ ìtàn ṣí.
I drank part of
When? When? You don't even know when. Ó lè ti bàjẹ́ now.
No.
It's supposed to be in the fridge. No. Mi ìfẹ́. Lọ mú ìtàn tí ṣí fún mi. Go, I'm doing my show. You understand? Such man, there is nothing you can do. He has brought in his character. Bó ṣe kọ́ ni. That is the way he was trained. So you are the one that will now change him at that age. Ẹ fẹ́ jákù. If you want to change him, there is a way you are likely to go about it. Either you have a heart-to-heart talk with him when he's in the mood to talk, to máa reason. Irú ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó gba sùúrù. It is not a nagging. Because those are one of the things that brings nagging. Filthiness. At that point, you are complaining all the time. Wo bi tójú ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì sí, wo bi tójú kíní sí, wo bi tójú kíní kan sí, irú wàhálà wo leléyìí, wo bó ṣe ń behave, ṣe o kíní kan. Before you know it, you go call am dirty man. Ọ̀rọ̀ àwa wá compounded, and na that dirty man language, that word, e go come hold against you. Say you call am dirty man. Because you will get so frustrated, you will not know when you will call him names. You will get frustrated. You will not know the time you will say a word that you are not supposed to say. I'm not saying keep it silent in very serious situations. In a very serious situations, you need to sit down and talk. But there is a timing to talk. Not when something is still very hot. Not doing it at your own time, at your own pace. That is what nagging is all about. Nagging is not talking. Nagging is not communicating. We have to differentiate between the two. Communication is when you are talking to somebody and that person is listening to you and is ready to listen, is ready to talk. But when you are now talking, you are talking, that person is not ready. In fact, when nagging becomes too much, you will be talking, that person is not listening. He or she is not listening to you anymore. Yes. You are talking, that person is just like, tó bá yẹ wá gbẹ́nu dákẹ́. He's not even taking heed. Every of your word is just dropping to the floor. Every of your word is not making impact. He doesn't even know what you are saying. He or she, ó lè jóbìnrin gan, because I ní àwọn ọkùnrin kan that nags too. Wá máa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, á máa pé ìwọ ló dẹ̀ mọ̀. tó bá yẹ wá dákẹ́, tó bá yẹ wá gbẹ́nu ẹ dákẹ́. So everything you are saying is falling to the floor. Kò lè sí changes. Communication is not nagging. Nagging is not communication. Communication is two-way. If it is not two-way, I'm speaking, you are listening. You are speaking, I am listening. You have something to say, I have something to say. Communication is a two-way thing. Nagging, now you dey talk to yourself. Oh, for somebody that knows how to manage nagging. If you are a man in my own life and you are a nagger, I don't know if there is any word called nagger, because men they do am too. Me ní dáhùn Ọlọ́run. Tí n bá ti rí wípé ó ní wàhálà ẹlẹ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ ni ẹ́. Pé one thing you have complained about, you want to continue to do it. Ó ti sọ fún mi, you have told me. Okay, mo ti gbọ́. But I may not be ready at that time to make adjustments. Or I'm looking for a way to adjust to what you have complained of. And while I was doing it, you continue talking. That is nagging. You've told me what you don't like, right? The same thing applies to our children too. Oshoko. Thank you. The same thing applies to our children. When we are trying to, especially our teenagers, àwọn tó ti di adults, mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ta dẹ̀ yín bá gbé pọ̀. Why do some children run away from home? It's because probably nagging is too much. A parent, you try to correct that child. The child, has understand. The child has heard you. But the child is trying to plan or think of ways to adjust. But you kept on that thing. And that child will be like, oh my God. Nagging gives headache. Before you know it, that child will prefer to stay outside than come inside the house. That child will find comfort outside than inside your house. Nagging is not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for a man. You say you can't start repetition. Exactly. That is what nagging is all about. Nagging is repetition of something. Of what you want done. And it's not being done at the time you want it done. That is nagging. Of changes that you want. And it's not coming at the time you want it. That is nagging. It takes peace from everyone involved. It affects everyone involved. Everybody listening to you when you are nagging. Everybody is affected. Even the children. Okay, you have told me something. Mo ti gbọ́. Mo lè má sọ pé mo ti gbọ́, o ti sọ. And when you were saying it, I was listening to you. But you thought the changes has not come. Then you want to continue to remind me. Oh my God, ó ti sọ fún mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan, mo gbọ́ now. I heard everything you said. Mo gbọ́ ẹ ní sùúrù. And the next thing, ọkọ lè ní ohùn líle ló fi bóhùn sọ̀rọ̀. Ìyàwó lè ní ohùn líle ló fi bóhùn sọ̀rọ̀. Before you know it, wàhálà kékeré tí ò tó nǹkan, abadi ńlá. Nagging is not communication. Communication is not nagging. Obìnrin mi à nag títí, ọkùnrin mi à nag títí, they will nag even on kerewa. Abẹ́ mọ̀ pé máa nag kerewa náà. Ní àwọn nǹkan tó ti share pẹ̀lú mi. You see this blogging where they do. This topic where I treat finish today, where they treat now. If I finish, my phone will begin ring today. They no go let my phone ring. Now so I go dey hear different experience. Some women nag. Some men nag. Even in the bedroom. During the do. Ṣebí mo ti sọ fún ẹ pé mi ò like ẹ kó máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Need the nagging. Need the kerewa. When you are supposed to be smiling, you are complaining. Nagging simply means complaining too much. In a simple terms. Kò síbi tí ẹlòmí àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin tó bá nírú character yẹn lọ́wọ́. It is not about their partner. So I take exception to the person that says behind a nagging wife is a husband who refuses to do what he is supposed to do. Then that means behind a nagging husband is a woman who refused to do what she's supposed to do. I take exception to that. People who nag are elejo wewe. Those are the people they call elejo wewe in Yoruba. And we have them in women. We have them in men. They complain about everything. Everything, there is always something to talk about. There is always something to complain about. And when they complain, they want that changes immediately. When they complain, they want you to comply immediately. Either it is convenient or it is not convenient. Alatenumo, God bless you, Bukola. That is just a very good word for them. Alatenumo. Alatenumenyo. Matenumoro. 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 The same thing. Those kind of people, they will bring the same thing in different dimension. Funny enough. Have fun. Love you. The same thing, no? The same situation or the same problem. They will twist it when they want to tell you about it again. They will twist it when they want to tell you about it again. They will come in different way to come and tell you. They tell you this in this way. Tomorrow, when they are going to repeat that word, that situation, they will talk about it in another way. Those are the kind of people you hear. Lọ́jọ́ kan báyìí. Lọ́jọ́ kan báyìí. Yẹ̀rí Adédèjì. Lọ́jọ́ kan báyìí. Those are the people you will hear. You remember that day. Sometimes ago. You remember that day. Ọjọ́ kan báyìí tó ṣe nǹkan báyìí. Ọjọ́ kan báyìí. Mi ò gbàgbé. Ṣó rántí ọjọ́ kan báyìí. They never let go. Àtẹnumọ́ bí àjẹ́. Oníwótòwótò. If you have such people, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bá rú wọn gbé, mo yìn yín. Either you are a man or you are a woman. Because irú èmi ńsìn, mo hate kéèyàn máa nag. Mo hate ẹ̀. Kó máa sọ̀rọ̀, kó máa repeat ẹ̀, kó máa sọ̀rọ̀, kó máa repeat ẹ̀. Á dà pé wọ́n ó ń la nǹkan mọ́ mi lórí. And such people, all they want to do is they want you to continue to see yourself as a bad person. That there is nothing good about you. There is nothing good about you. Nagging ò kí ń bímọ re. Communication ó máa ń bímọ re. Husband and wife. Even our children. You cannot nag on them. You cannot impose. A full-grown adult. If you cannot impose on your children. Sherry, I find something very funny about us as a people. As parents, we respect our children's opinion when they get to a certain age. But as couple, we don't respect each other's opinion. And I always wonder why. If you can sit down with your child and agree on some terms that affect all of you as a family, but with your partner to sit down and agree on things that affect you as a couple, you find it very difficult to do. What if it is a man that nags? That is what I am saying. Nagging is not good in any way for anybody. It's not good for anybody. It's not healthy. If you know somebody who nags, share this video with them. They are not different from Awoko, Elejo Wewe. That is the name they deserve. Oh, ba jokunrin won ba jobinrin. Kó bá jọkùnrin lẹ́lẹ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ tó ń wò mí. Kó máa mọ rẹ̀ bó ṣe rí. Oníwótòwótò, oníbódòbóró, oníkóbokòbo, oníkébékébé, ẹlẹ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ ọkùnrin. It is worst if it is coming from a man. It is worst when a man cannot handle things without nagging. It is very irritating. A real man does not go enforcing and nagging. A real man will communicate once. Tó bá tó ọkùnrin nínú ilé, ẹ̀kan ló máa communicate. Ó wá pẹ́jù ẹ̀mejì. Will communicate. And things will fall in place. Because ọkùnrin inú ilé ẹ̀ ni, he holds his home. Bó ṣe yẹ kó hold ẹ̀. But a weak man will nag. So if you are a man, you are a nagger. I mean, you nag. Is there an English for what do they call people who nag? What is the English word for people who nag? I don't know what is the English word for people who nag? If you are a man, you nag. You should cover your face in shame. That means you are weak. Because you can ask me a woman who nags. A woman who nags is weak too. I have said it earlier. A woman who nags is nagger. Are you sure? Ẹ jẹ́ ká check. Complainant. Let me check what somebody who nags is. Let me check in dictionary. I don't know what it is, so I won't lie. So let's check what they are called. What do you call people who nag? Okay, they are called common scold, nag, scold, or scolder. Okay. Or let me say one word for people who nag. Or somebody has found it for us. Oh, it's just a joke. If you are fast, you can check it for us. We are learning. Because mi ò tiẹ̀ kò tiẹ̀ ọkọ̀ kí n wo orúkọ tó ń pè wọ́n. One word for people who nags. Funny enough, obìnrin náà fi ṣe fishwife. Many times for one who nags, including fishwife and scold. At least the first word I saw, fishwife. That means it's more common with women. Owudi mori yo, naga or arangua. Okay, thank you, Mesole. Lingering, mori fishwife umbi. So there are many words for it. Aridan. Obiri. In fact, it's more of Obiri. I don't know where you are watching reading from, but I'm reading here on English Stack Exchange. It says, interestingly, many times for one who nags include fishwife and scold. Nominated above apply solely or primarily to a woman. Oh God. Other terms, a phenomenon that I can't say. Okay, other terms of this type include hen, henpecked, shrew, termagant, harridan, happy as harpy. Ibi tí mo ti ń kà nìyẹn o. I don't know where you are reading for. Or just call them a nagger. The nagger is actually correct too. Or just a nag. But they went on and... But one thing which is it makes it biased. Make it look like as if obìnrin nìkan ló ń ṣe. but ibi tí mo ti kà nìyẹn. So somebody fond of, you can be a scold too. Araza, Arangua, somebody mentioned Arangua now. Nidla, Netla, Araza. You see, ẹni tó bá harass, that is harassment. Ṣẹ́gbọ́n, they gave it another term. They said harassers. Somebody who is, you are harassing your partner if you are a man or woman, because men do it too, but more for women than men. Everybody, men do it too. When you are nagging is not communication. Nagging is harassment. Persistently, harassment nìyẹn. Òun lo agbára lórí ẹni yẹn. But compulsorily, it has to be your way. It has to be at your terms. It has to be at your time and everything. That is not communication. Cavilling, okay. So, bingo. Scold urged. Orúkọ ẹ ti ẹ̀ pọ̀. You see? So, I know what I'm saying. When you have had the experience of people who nag, even some friends nag, friend to friend. Some people have friends who nag. They complain of everything. They talk of everything. They want to talk. They want correction of everything. There are some things that cannot be corrected. There are some things, some characters you will see in your man, in your woman, that you just have to accept. It is the way they were trained and brought up. And you saw it before you married them. You saw some things. Those red flags were there. Those things were there. You saw it in your partner. But you married them like that. You marry her, you marry him. And you now marry them. You think you want to change them. Let me quickly drink. I'm hungry. Oh, yeah, Katie Jam. I didn't know I would feel so hungry on time like this. You know, you now think you want to change the person. An example is that example of that one I cited, where some men do not know that they need to, and you know, many men were brought up that way. They were not brought up. Our parents focus on we children, on female children, to take care of homes. And that is why you find that many men of our generation that we married, many of them, only very few of them make their homes very neat. Majority won't at all. What they know how to do is to come inside. Where's my food? Carry their leg up. Because from their mother's house, now so then they do. They come back from work. When they were going to school, they come back from school. Mama don't get food ready. Oúnjẹ ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn. Mama will call the girl child, come here. Oya Shele, do this, do this. The boy child will finish food. He's going to play football. You now marry the man when mama no train to how to even make eba. They didn't train him how to sweep the floor. They didn't train him that in the home, help your wife a little bit. Even his own father, he saw his father sitting down, tying wrapper, eating food. After he eat food finish, he put leg up. They do toothpick like this for mouth. Now mama go carry water for washing hand. Now mama go do everything. Now mama go pack all his clothes where he do anyhow. Now mama go wash him. He grew up to see all that. And many of us, parents, we are still making that mistake on our boy child. You now marry the man, finish. Now you want train the man how to arrange clothes inside wardrobe. Share for the house where they come from, they use wardrobe. Okay, they don't use wardrobe. He marry you, now get wardrobe. You help him arrange his clothes very well. So that if he wants to take his tie is like that. Some men are very neat. In fact, In my own case with my late husband, the guy was the neatest. He get way that one call neat. Shey na OCD dem dey call people wey dey over neat. He over neat. He over neat so tey the over neatness wan dey cause wahala. Some men are very neat on their own. They are very, very neat. The way they will arrange their things, the way they carry things, the way they keep things, I give it to them. But some men, when you see some men, you go say, and those are the little things causing wahala. Those are the things you will keep repeating. Can't you help me to do this? Can't you do this? Have you forgotten this? Have you done that? Nagging is not communication. Communication is not nagging. Communication is not nagging. Nagging is not communication. Communication is sitting down together to iron out issues. Nagging is talking on your own. And for all you care, the person you are talking to is not ready to listen or is not even listening. Because you have said it before. You have said it once, twice. Anything you are saying in a relationship, you are saying it the first time, you repeat it the second time, there is no need for the third time. You are not talking to a toddler. And the mode of communication. Communication is talking to your partner politely. Nagging is talking to your partner in a rude manner. Ṣé rí pé kò jọra wọn? I repeat, communicating to your partner is politely. Talking rudely is nagging. You cannot talk to your partner, either your wife or your husband, like they are nobody. That is not communicating. Some don't like let's talk. They use it as an excuse to avoid apologizing for their wrong. When you want to talk to somebody, either your wife or your husband, they are even your co-worker in the office, even your is it subordinates, your junior in the office. Respect is expected from even Oga to Omoshe. For that company to function well. If you have to apply respect in the place of office, for office to function well. Okay, thank you, Rashidat. For your office to function well, why do you think not applying respect in your home is going to function well? There is going to be peace. Irrespective, even if it is your wife you are talking to. There are ways you will talk, you will get positive answer and positive change. There are ways you will talk, it will bring negative changes into that home. Communication is very, very key in relationship. Respect is very, very key. Very, very important in relationship. Don't say, this is how my father used to talk to my mother. Or this is how my mother used to talk to my father. And bring it into your home. You are looking for trouble. And trouble you will get. Trouble you will get. Nobody nags and gets positive feedback. When you communicate, you are likely to get positive feedback 70%. But when you nag, you go nag tire. When you nag, you will create more problem. When you nag, you will chase that man, that woman out. And you know what is going on now these days? These days, a lot of this younger generation, especially, they see cheating as part of life. They see it as payback. They see it as comfort. Okay, this man, wait there for inside house. I cannot let him kill me. They find somebody else outside. It's happening. It's common now. So no be only men, they cheat now. Men cheat. Some men, if you ask them, they will say it's because they don't have peace at all. And they cannot die young. And nobody wants to die young for real, for real. And before you know it, they find somebody outside, they are confiding in. Before you know it, that person has become their girlfriend. Before you know it, they would rather spend time with that person than to go home. It's, in fact, shebi for here abroad, men would rather take 16 hours job and be very busy and be making money. You see back home in Nigeria, men will get nagging wife for house. They don't bother to go home on time. Now then they go home around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Thank you, Auntie Adetutu. Such men, when they close from work, they go straight to beer parlor. They will go and sit at beer parlor, chop pepper soup. They carry girlfriend, jogon body. Yoruba culture taught men to put legs on the table. It's not only Yoruba culture. Nigerian culture generally. It's not only Yoruba culture. Taught men to put leg on the table while the woman will clear the table. There is nothing bad in clearing the table for your husband. Don't get me wrong, please. There is nothing wrong. Every woman, there is nothing wrong in you doing it for your man. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay? And there is nothing wrong in a man helping the wife too. Don't even compromise that. For life to be easy, for the home to be peaceful, they help us to go both ways. The man can cook if he has the time. Once in a while, let's relieve your way. Once in a blue moon. This is not the era of those days. People should take it out of their lives and out of their relationship. The era of those days is not what we have now. If you want to enjoy your marriage, you want to enjoy your relationship, this is not the era of something belongs to one woman. This is for a woman to do. This is for a man to do. No. It's partnership. That way you will have peace. That way that home will be a home you want to go to after work. And I always tell us women, one thing, if a woman makes the home peaceful and beautiful, the man is always proud to come back to that house. And even instead of going out, bring friends into the house instead than staying outside. Trust me. Make that home peaceful, make it beautiful, make it a place of where there is laughter. The man would rather come and spend time at home than to go and spend it somewhere else. Remember, when they go out, they are spending money they don't have to spend. When they go out, when I say go out, I am not talking about a man touching one woman outside once and, you know, àwọn ọkùnrin kan wà, they will not stay there. Ilé wọn yẹn wọn ní fi ṣeré. No matter what, wọn ní fi ilé wọn ṣeré. Because they know the peace they are enjoying in that home. And they have friends that they talk together. Tó mọ̀ pé ilé wọn gbóná. So they won't want to make that ilé wọn to be gbóná. Instead of that house to scatter, they would rather not commit themselves to any woman outside. Men that have sense know how to do. They know what I am saying. Men ọkùnrin mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. Àwọn ọkùnrin tó rí wọn pé wọ́n mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. Láwọn ọkùnrin tí orí wọn pé ni o. You know, kì í ṣe àwọn tó ń wà lost inside punani o. Tẹ́ pé tán bá ti lọ kan punani kan tí wọ́n bá wọn nìyẹn. When they go out, tán bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, tán pàdé èèyàn, wọ́n á jẹ́ kẹ́ni yẹn mọ̀. Mo níyàwó lé. In fact, wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó wọn lójú obìnrin yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá ni. In other words, don't take me serious. Irú wọn máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó wọn. Wọ́n á máa hail ìyàwó wọn. Wọ́n á máa sọ bó ṣe fine tó. Irú wọn, when the wife call and they are with girlfriend, they will start tell the girlfriend, ìyá ló ń pè yẹn. Wọ́n á sọ fún girlfriend, ìyá ló ń pè yẹn. In other words, ẹni tó ní mí ló ń pè mí yẹn. Girlfriend torí ẹ̀ ò bá pé ló máa wáyé attach importance sí ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀. He has told you where you belong already. Tó bá jẹ́ ìwọ ni girlfriend. He has told you this is where you belong. My home come first. Ọkùnrin torí ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ pé náà tí ò fẹ́ kínú ilé òun dàrú. Scope yẹn ni. They know. If madam phone rings, she ring. Ìyá ló ń pè yẹn. Or that is my wife calling. My wife will yàtọ̀ sí girlfriend. So if the girlfriend get corrected, your girlfriend supposed to know say in get level, he no get definition in the man's life. If she now attach importance to the man, now she won't add break for herself. Now that girlfriend won't add break. Such man, you don't attach importance to them. You don't take them serious. And you don't let them use you as a backup when madam is doing menstruation at home. Yeah, that is what most of them use girlfriend outside to do. When that madam is when they will remember you because madam is doing menstruation. So they call show one lay. Men know I'm telling the truth. So for men we get edge, there is a line. But I always tell women, you see that home, that's your home. Make it peaceful. That's your home. Make it beautiful. You don't have to be rich for your home to be beautiful. A beautiful home is not a big home. A happy home is not a big home. A beautiful home is a home that has peace. Àìmọye owó ilé olówó tí ò ní peace. Àìmọye ilé olówó tí ò ní peace. Àìmọye ilé olówó tí ò sẹ́rìn bẹ́ẹ̀. Àìmọye ilé wọn ò ní much bó ayọ̀ wà nínú ilé yẹn. Neatness is another thing. And that is where some men nag. When a woman is not neat, men will now turn it to nagging. A woman that is not neat, nígbà tó pàdé ẹ̀, will be tough kó neat later. Some of you saw that woman. She was not neat when you marry her. But ó jẹ́ kíní ẹ̀ ó dùn. You now marry her. It is the way she knows how to do things. Bó ṣe kọ́ ni, she was not taught how to be neat. She doesn't know what it is to be neat. In fact, ó lazy fún rẹ̀. Ó ti gbàgbé lébú yẹn. As a man, the best you can do if you have such woman, because these are angles where men nag. One of the angles. If you have such women, just like I cited it in a man too. If you have such women, ó ti bá sọ ẹ̀kíní, ó ti jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé ó ń bínú bó ṣe ń ṣe lé ẹ̀kejì. The third time, you might need to start doing some things by yourself. That way, you are passing a message instead of fighting all the time. If she sees you trying to tidy up things, and you are letting her know how much you appreciate neatness. Eric Samuel, not that now you are talking a truth. I balance my talk. I go for both man and woman. That's the way I talk. You are the one that should be patient and listen to me. I am not engine. I can't carry everything and talk at the same time. Okay? I can't carry everything and talk talk everything at the same time. I have to pick it one by one. Because that is another thing that drives men outside. When a man will meet a woman tó fẹ́ obìnrin that is supposed to be homemaker tó wá wọlé tí does not know what to do and all that and all that. By the time the man will go and match and meet another woman tó ń ta sánsán, ó di dandan kójú ẹ̀ wọ obìnrin yẹn. You know me, I will tell the truth. Either you like me or not. As ìyálé ilé, ìyàwó inú ilé tó lọ́kọ, ó lọ́kọ gan gbọ́dọ̀ máa ta sánsán all the time. For your own good. Kí wọ́n gan wo rẹ̀ kínú ẹ̀ dùn. Either you have a man or you don't. Ká má tí wàá sọ pé ó lọ́kọ ńlé, ó ní àwọn ọmọ ńlé, pàṣíwọ̀bọ̀wọ̀bọ̀ obìnrin. And you think that's your man. The day he will jam a woman, wey clean, wey be say na the woman wey clean even throw am to the man. You think he will not grab it? He will grab it. Oh. So when that man he starts nagging, ask questions. The same way when a woman is nagging too, I will encourage you ask question. Kí ló fa gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yìí gangan? Filthiness, uncleanliness, not doing the right thing causes nagging. But like I said earlier, a full-grown adult that has been formed before you marry them, some of their characters, you are not the one to change it. You can talk to them, communicate with them. Some men don't know how to communicate to their wives. That is why they nag, and things will now become worse. If you have a wife that was not well trained in putting house together, in being neat, there is a way you can go about it instead of nagging her. Try and talk to her. Communicate with her. If need be, stylishly go on a visit to your friend, one of your friends that the wife is very neat. Ojú àti. And encourage her, not by scolding her. Not by calling her names. Calling her names will make things worse. Like I said about men too. I said in the process of nagging, you will call your husband a name the man will never forgive you for. The man will forever hold against you. If you, in the process of complaining, which is nagging, persistent nagging, you will unconsciously call her names. And that name, she will hold it in her heart against you forever. Instead of that, there is a way you can encourage her. And instead, there are some things that we nag for that we are not supposed to nag for. Instead, is encouragement by putting in your own efforts. Sometimes if the woman is the type that doesn't know how to, put things together, either dress well or do the house well, if you know how to do it, tell her lovingly, babe, tomorrow, which is going to be Saturday, we are not going out, we are not going to anywhere. I want us to do some changes in the house. In other words, indirectly, you have passed a message to her. You have passed the message to her that the house needs to be changed. And you wake up in the morning as a man. It's her job. But because she doesn't, you have tried to change her to do it. You now say, you carry mop. You say she should carry broom. You carry the broom, I will carry the mop. The same way we encourage our children to attain greatness. If we start seeing our partners like our children sometimes, life will be more peaceful and more better. When we see a weakness in our child, do we throw them away? Do we start calling? Okay, some parents do that, and it will affect that child's self-esteem for life. You don't go calling them names. And if you have done that, apologize to your children for calling them names, that you don't mean it that way. What we do is to encourage them. Oh yeah, you take broom. I will take the mop. As you are sweeping, I am mopping. Teamwork. As you are sweeping, I am mopping. I mop finish, I carry dust. I say, oh yeah, let's rearrange the cupboard. Let's rearrange the plates. Let's put this one here. Let's put this one there. It is like two people coming from two different backgrounds. It is what has happened to many of us. And inside marriage, there will now be clash of conflicts, clash of upbringing. You know, so yeah, you encourage her by doing that. That way she knows that is where you want it. And you tell her, Jẹ́ ká fi sílẹ̀ ń bí o. You have passed a message that the way she was doing it, you don't like it. Tó bá jẹ́ obìnrin tó rí ẹ pé, she knows that is what you want. It might be tough for her to adjust very well, but gradually, and she may not fully adjust fully as you want it. You have to be the one to now balance it. The same way, ọkùnrin sóbìnrin náà. That we can never ever have it perfect. Every one of us have one flaw or one weakness. That weakness, the other party should turn into strength by using his own kidney or using our own something to balance it. So that woman, I always encourage women, there is no basis, there is no excuse for a woman, even for her own self, her health. There is no basis for any woman to be dirty. Torí àǹfààní ara ẹ̀ gan, health wise, because of the kind of body we have, the kind of makeup tára wa jẹ́. Tó bá ń dọ̀tí, ó ti ń banú ilé ara inú ẹ̀gbọ́n jẹ́ tó ní mọ̀. As obìnrin, talk less of even your home. If you are dirty in the home, like I always say, you don't have to be rich. I have lived in a one-room apartment with my first husband. With my late husband, wo ilé yẹn, inú yàrá yẹn, you won't believe it's a one-room bedroom. The way I arrange it and put things together there. Even if it's one room you are living, room and parlor, you don't have to. Sherry, our problem is, àwọn èèyàn wa, a máa ń choke ara wa pẹ̀lú pàǹtí, calling it furnitures. We choke ourselves with pàǹtí, dirty, too much load, so that they will say we have plenty load. My calling is family therapist. Okay, I don't hear you. You know, your home, putting too many things in the house does not mean you are rich. Packing too much load, shine thing. Don't choke your home. In the process, you are dirty. And your children. Let me tell you one thing. This is something, my own experience. When my children were back in Nigeria, they have a lot of friends. I find out that those children prefer to come to my house than when my children go to play with them, they will say, let's go to your house. They are always coming, feeling my own home. Why? When they come, there is snack for everybody to chop. When they come, they have space to play, you know, in the house, in the living room. And I will tell you, in that living room, I have my furnitures, broken things. Breakable things, not on the board for. Because my children, that is the way I brought them up. There are all these things, though, don't go near them. I always train my children from age 2. When they start crawling. What I did when they were young was to have something like a toy box for them. Inside that toy box, that is where they play. And when they have to come out, they know some places they are not supposed to go. So I put furnitures and breakable things, even though I know better, that I would rather not do that. Now that I know better, that those things are dangerous where you have children, especially toddlers. But luckily enough, they never broke. But their friends came to break some of them. But I tell you, because of the space, they would rather come. Because I don't choke home with furnitures. I love spaces. And I love big living room. Big living room, big bedroom. But you are staying in a room and parlor apartment. you choke that apartment with too much furniture so that people can see you as a rich person. No. In the process, panti lenkojo. Your children cannot even have space to play. Mama ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbẹ́sẹ̀ gbá kankan tó lè rìn. All because you want to show that you have money. You choke the house with furniture. Obìnrin ló dẹ̀ ń tolé jù, but some men are good at it. Top ọkùnrin mi bá tolé fún yín báyìí. Respect. I have a friend. Picture living room ẹ̀. Èmi obìnrin tún mo tún envy ẹ̀ ni pé I love this picture. I love the way you set up this place. Ọkùnrin. Very beautiful. Not expensive things though. Very unique things. Ó dẹ̀ rọra tó. Wọ́n ọkùnrin ló tó lé báyìí. But some women. Obìnrin mi à ṣe lé èmi tí mo jẹ́ obìnrin gan. Mi ò kí n lè stand there. Obìnrin mi, you go to their houses, o lè fi kọ́ọ̀pù wọn mu mi. Tó bá gbé kọ́ọ̀pù kó fẹ́ mu mi báyìí, òórùn ẹran ló máa gbọ́. So irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, if you are that kind of a woman, where your husband will come from work, ó fẹ́ jẹun, ó gbé kọ́ọ̀pù ń run omi ẹran, and you want the man to be seen steadily. The day that man will go to the place where don't set dáadáa, tó rí pé ó neat, tó rí obìnrin yẹn, and it's not about obìnrin kan pupa, obìnrin kan pupa. It's not about that. Obìnrin yẹn kàn clean, ó dúdú ó clean, as in ebony black. Ebony black. Tí òun ṣe àwọn tó máa kó jàǹkárí wọ̀ tó máa láwọn múra simple, and inú ilé ẹ̀ náà simple, àyè wà. Ó rìn kọjá lásán nǹkan tó smell tó ń jáde. A máa ṣe báyìí. Kò ní lè béèrè pé perfume wo ló lò. The guy cannot ask pé perfume wo ló lò, but ó ń wò pé ṣé bóbìnrin leléyìí. Ṣé bóbìnrin leléyìí. Bó ni mo ti rìn lọ. I have had a man say bó ni mo ti rìn lọ pàdé obìnrin tí mo gbé sílé. I have had a man say it. Ó ní àǹtí tẹ́ bá rí inú ilé mi. Mo dẹ̀ ń fún lówó. Mo ti complain kò change. I said, okay, if you have complained, help her. She said, his man said he's doing it. Kóhun tó tún lọ padà bọ̀ wọ́n tún ti dá nǹkan rú. Kò mọ̀ pọ́n tún lè ṣe. So those are the things. But instead of some men nagging, the way we women nag, they will not nag. The next thing is they go outside. The next thing is they go outside. That thing you are lacking, that thing you refuse to do, where they will come to the home, and the home does not look peaceful. The home does not look beautiful. They are finding it somewhere else. And they are converting that place. How I wish this is my home. I wish this is the wife I marry. How I wish I can marry this woman. How I wish I can divorce. And those are one of the things that before you know it, inú ilé, no more love. Because the man already is seeing why he shouldn't have married you. It's reality. At that moment, he's seen many reasons why he made a mistake to have chosen you as a wife. And he will be saying, if not for the children, and before you know it, what used to be beautiful between you is no more beautiful, because he's just doing it to relieve his body, not doing it for satisfaction anymore. And all he wants to do is to carry you on bed and do piki. He will not give him his best into the thing again. Because why? He has somewhere down. And there will always be somebody like that available. There will always be somebody outside that is more neater, more well arranged, more peaceful. Where you are nagging, somebody is giving him peace somewhere else. And the same thing goes for a man. Obìnrin sí orí wọn ti ń pé díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mi lè sọ pé orí pípé, but wọ́n ti ń kọ́ra wọn. You self see it on social media these days. Where Women will tell themselves, do me, I do you, God no go vex. When I see things like that, I'm like, ẹ̀yin ọmọ yìí ba ayé jẹ́ tán. Ẹ ba ayé jẹ́, do me, I do you. Tọ́kọ ẹ bá dóyàn, ìwọ náà lọ dóyàn. Àṣe nǹkan wàhálà dé. And when somebody like us talk, they will say, I'm old school, I should keep quiet. Do me, I do you. Lórí oko dídó. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Fóbìnrin o, but ẹ bá lẹ fẹ́ ṣe. Me, I will not stop anybody from doing it. But trust me, ẹ̀tẹ́ ló mú wá fóbìnrin, ìdọ̀tí, ìtìjú. Táwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́. Àwọn ọmọ tó bí ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ kó ṣerú ẹ̀. Ipe why with their father ló ń do ẹlòmíì, your children will not clap for you. Nǹkan tá bá máa ṣe tí a ní lè gborí wa sókè. I'm always saying that thing. Anytime I beat my chest. When it comes to cheating, you can never meet me there. One man at a time, money. A lè wá jà kó má sí nǹkan kan mọ́ o, màá fatẹ́gùn lẹ̀ màá rí pé kò sí nǹkan kan mọ́. Yes, màá ti rí pé yes, eléyìí ò kò sí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Oníkálùkù tu atẹ́gùn ti fẹ́ sílẹ̀. Kí n tó ṣe mí. Mi ní sọ pé mi ò ní ṣe mí, màá ṣe mí, but tí once that we are still together, tó yín gùn mí, èèwọ̀ tèmi ni kọ́kùnrin méjì gùn mí pọ̀. Is abomination in my own life. I don't know about you. In my own life, oh, is abomination. While inside one man's house, we are not divorced. Kò lóhùn ò ṣe mọ́, kò lé mi jáde. Àjọ ń sùn, àjọ ń jí. Màá wá nítorí lọ dóko ń ta. Àmì ó lọ báyàn sùn ń ta. Èmi náà wá gbé báàgì. Ọkùnrin tó dó mi tí mo lọ bá kó dó mi yẹn. Ṣó value mi, ṣó kà mí kún. Ṣó fẹ́ fẹ́ mi ni. Tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá dàrú, ṣó máa gbà mí. Those are the things you should ask yourself before you start taking some crazy advices from women. From àwọn I see such nonsense advice these days and I'm like, ṣé bí ta dé as a people lélẹ̀? Tọ́kọ bá ṣe ìwọ náà lọ ṣe. Do me, I do you. Níbi marriage. Okay, wọ́n ní kóbìnrin tàtọ̀rìn, kọ́kùnrin tàtọ̀rìn, káwá wẹni tó máa lómi lẹ́yìn ẹsẹ̀ jura wọn lọ. It's very simple. So if you are a woman, you are watching me, especially if you are young, ó wà nílé ọkọ. Some friends are telling you, do me, I do you, God no go vex. I pity you. You better don't try it with them. Dàbí ṣe dání wọ́n. Don't ever take that advice from anybody. That because your mind is doing, you to go and do. You are still married to somebody. You are somebody's wife. Except you are divorced from that man. If you are not yet divorced from that man, you cannot say, do me, I do you. And I say, he has done it several times. I only do it once. It's not the same. Oh. It's never the same. It's never the same. And for men, some men, I learned some men, they take this thing, they punish their wives. If you are doing that, me, I will not advise any woman to do, to reciprocate. Do me, I do you, ara ló ń fàbọ̀ sí. Irọ́, apart from ara, is emotional damage for a woman, emotionally damaged. If they're really thinking about this thing, okay, let's look at the scenario. I should be going very soon, 15 minutes. Let's look at the scenario now. You are married to a man, right? Another man, okay, because your man is now, he has a girlfriend that you get to know. Somebody now advise you, or you cry to somebody's neck. My husband is this, my husband is that. That person now, a man that you are talking to, now embrace you. And I want to believe, very likely the man is married too, right? Because mostly, according to what I am hearing, it be like say, now married men versus married women, they do themselves most times now. What is reigning now? The man go get wife. The man with the date, self, they get wife. So, 2 get 4. They will now meet. In the process, Number one, the man will not never, if the marriage should break, your marriage should break because of that. Your husband now drive you, say you no want to do again if he gets to know. Number one, that man where they go meet, he will never leave his wife. His own wife will still embrace him. So who is going to lose? Or you have seen a man who left his wife because husband catch in wife with him. He can't say because of that divorce in wife, come marry the girlfriend, live in own family. If it happen, maybe 1 out of 1 million. So you can see that the probability and possibility is very, very low. So at the end of the day, your husband catch you, can't leave you, say you don't do again. Now, the man where you dey dating wife, I mean your husband, himself don't know. Before you know it, the man go say, my wife don't know, say something they go on between us. It be like say we go slow down. You will now end up being the one that will be carrying phone. Before you know it, now that man will be your boyfriend, somebody husband, you go begin curse. As if to say na him cause your problem. Now that one you go begin curse. Before you know it, you can even carry your phone and begin to fight the wife. Before you know it, you will be doing things irrationally. Because at that stage, you won't be able to piece it together. You see, this thing, all these things we are talking about, like I always tell people, is 5 minutes enjoyment. So you, because of 5 minutes enjoyment, destroy what you have built over the years. The same thing goes for men too. Where do they take sense? Waka. 5 minutes enjoyment. Because I've had men say, èèyàn kan ló da marriage àwọn rú, àwọn òmìnira àti fìyàwó àwọn lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ìyàwó àwọn bú inú ó lọ. Kí ló ṣe kíyàwó ẹ̀ tó lọ? 5 minutes enjoyment wey you no take your head you do. And the same person wey you dey go meet for that outside, he get another boyfriend. Because the most women for outside, especially single mothers, wey still get small pikin wey go school and all that, they are not into, and they don't really have much on their own. They are not into relationship for love. Oh. No deceive yourself. And I will not blame them. They are not into any relationship with any man for love. They are into that relationship so that their load can be easy to carry. And most of them, financially. And if it is for financial gain, except you are very rich, you can do enough. That is when they will keep only you. But if you can't do enough, they still have to struggle. They still have to struggle. When they see another man, they go join them to you. You can't go because of that, destroy your home. At the end of the day, you can't find out, say, that your girlfriend, though, will make your marriage destroy. No be only you there for a hand. Tí ẹ bá bẹ́ẹ̀. Tọ́lọ́run bá tún wá fẹ́ mú ẹ kó jẹ́ wo ló máa ń sanwó ilé ẹ̀. Inú ilé tó rò pé wọ́n lo ní control, because some of you do that thing. Ẹ gbalé fóbìnrin so that you can be controlling that woman. So you think by paying the house rent, she will not be able to carry another man there. Many of you are abroad. Tẹ́ fẹ́ yàwó sí Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Tẹ́ dẹ̀ níyàwó sí abroad. Tíyàwó ti abroad yẹn ò mọ̀. Nípa ẹ fẹ́ girlfriend kan sí, ẹ ń sọ rent girlfriend kan ní Naija. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin, ṣé mi ò tí sọ̀rọ̀ jù? Ṣé kí n máa lọ? Kí n má bẹ̀ speaker jù. Make I dey waka go. I'm waiting for your answer. Make I dey waka go. Ẹ̀yin obìnrin, should I continue? Men, should I stop? I should go on. I love my men. I love the guys on this page. Thank you. I don't want to offend you. Most of you men, you are in abroad here. You have wife here. Instead of you to iron things. But because only sheku the majority, You now, thank you everybody. YouTube say I should continue too. You now have girlfriend in Nigeria. Nigeria long. Tójú ẹ ò tó. I should change topic. Ṣé ti dáhùn àṣẹwó somebody? Kó lè ṣe kó ní, I will not change. Ṣé kó ní, all eyes on you. Anytime I'm doing this kind of show, I will not change. I won't change. Anyways, you now have girlfriend in Nigeria. All because once in a while, you dey talk to her on video call. She dey open her punani. She dey open her voice. You dey see her. You dey take that one the damira. You now think you are paying the rent. You are in charge. You think you are in charge. Abi, for somebody we get picking for hand, we want train her children. I don't blame her because yourself you get wife. Now you go carry you reach there. So I'm not blaming the women at all. I don't wear their shoes, so I'm not going to blame them. Anybody will wear their shoes. Well, even when I did single mother, I know what it is to pay my children's school fees. Me, I no collect from man. No. I don't even get luck of man giving me money. I no collect from man. I may struggle to pay my children's school fees. And I don't need to pay house rent. Now our house, now me get house. I even get where they collect rent. So my own case is very different. So the woman, you can rent house for her so that you can be in charge. You can be in control. You can't, because of that, you can't destroy your house. Olubare, I no go stop. You can't, because of that, destroy your home. Now you get the fault. You cannot blame it on the woman in Nigeria. I'm using it as an example where you the parent for. You can't blame it saying that she destroy your home. As you can't mess up, you can't go back home. You think say you get wife, you can't see say whether she don't get belly for another man, or you meet another man inside the house. Before uncle, now question and ask go. Before uncle, because some of you men think, especially these days, that dollar is a good money when you change it to naira. Some of you think with your money you can get any woman, you can just do what you like. The women are wiser, especially younger generation. They are using you guys very well, and I like it. As I no one sit down for one place. Now they cause trouble up and down. Some of you will give them belly, you know, go collect them. Some of you will get them pregnant. You will say, no, you get belly. Because of the wife where you get for house. You know, say you get wife for house. You they go mess up for outside. Men with their head correct. They know as they do them. I know of a guy. That guy, if they told me, say, men, they very tall. This guy is 6.5. Very handsome. Very, very. If this guy dress finish for you, possible. If he dress finish, oma koje. Omo dúró, omo dùn, omo ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ọkùnrin ṣe ló fi dúró. As he fine rich, one pikin he no get for outside. You know what they do? And if he get girlfriend, they tell them, say, I get wife for house. No get belly for me, oh. He always ring down to women here. Tó bá lóyún wá bí, mo wá bí láti fún any companionship. He go tell the woman that I go give you the companionship needed. I will make myself available. Call me anytime you need me now. Call me, the satisfaction guarantee. Call me anytime you need me. I don't know if I sang the song well. You know that song? Call me. Now so the guy they play in game. Respect. He tells women that he's dating. No pikin. He tells them, no pikin, no. My wife is there. You get belly, you take care of them. But if you need me, call me. And the day you make a mistake to call me when I dey house, now that day relationship go end. He do it on his own terms. Because the lady that wants to date a married man, she know he has a woman. And she respect that. And if you now mess up, you go get belle for him, he refuse to collect it, you caused it. That is why that kind of man, I respect them. He has stated it clearly, clean way. But because some women, they just like trouble for their life. Because if you don't like trouble for your life, a man is married. I always tell women, if a man decide, he said he wants to marry, he said he loves you, and he has a wife or house, and he's deceiving you, to test him, tell him to go and do a dano. Tell him you go stay for your some. Now that day, you go know, say, the man is only there to play. Or you test him. Thank you, Ada. How are you, sweetie? Or you tell him you are pregnant. You go see, say that day, the relationship will go sour. Most of our ladies, most of them that end up being a single mother to men that cannot accept their children today, especially those married men, are men, are ladies who do not know how to play the game. And they feel once a man come, they can wriggle their way and marry that man by fire, by force. No. If a man doesn't want to, a man has to be the one to decide he wants to marry you. If he doesn't want to marry you, he doesn't want to marry you. If he doesn't want a second woman, he doesn't want. If you now squeeze your head to be a second wife, waiting second wife, how they see, especially if the man is still in love with the first wife, you will know, say, kaki no be leather. If a man is still in love with the wife at home, and you wriggle your way to be a second wife, it's always ending in tears, blood, and water. You go cry, tire. You go into depression. Sadness go dey sleep and wake up with you. Because you know he's married, and he never told you he wants to marry you. It was only how to play. If you want to play, play. And play by the rules. You don't play by the rules, you find yourself. Men want to call in and talk. Come call in. Àwọn wo no fẹ́ pè. Ó yá, call in. Ní jẹ́ long time ni ó yá. Màá fún yín ní 30 minutes more. If you want to call, ṣé fẹ́ call in. Ta ló fẹ́ call in. Thank you. Sorry, tears and blood. Olúwa ṣeun. There are rules to play by in everything. You don't play by the rules, ẹkún ló máa já sí. A tún wá divide from ẹni tó bá tún fẹ́. Ìyẹn kọ́, this is not the number, Yomi. Let me delete it. +1 240 424 6200. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pè wọlé. Let me give like 2-3 people to talk. You don't play by the rules. Nǹkan tójú ẹ̀ bá rí ló máa rí. A man that is in love with a wife, òun àtìyàwó ẹ̀ wọn ọjà. Kò ń ṣe pé bóyá ní problem. He just wants to play. You now get yourself hook on his neck. And he was like, okay, my lord dànù ẹ̀. And you think, by the time tó bá máa dànù ẹ̀, Yomi is the first caller. By the time tó bá máa dànù ẹ̀, ìdùnnú ẹ̀ kọ́ ló fi dànù ẹ̀. It was not his choice to marry you. When a man makes his choice on their own, that is when you enjoy them. Sorry, we have diverged on the topic. It's all okay. It's Friday. A man making his own decision to say, I want to marry you, is the best. Not you wrangling your way. Thank you, Yomi. Let me pin the number. The number is pinned if you want to call. Not you wriggling your way into his family. He has to be the one to have a reason to marry a second wife. The man has to have a reason on his own. That is when you can get the best of him. That is when you can get, not even the best, at least something. I won't say the best. Remember, he has a family before you. He has grown-up children before he met you. And those children, àfi tó bá jẹ́ wípé, like I said, he has reasons. Some men actually have reason to marry another wife for their self, for their future, for their happiness, for their peace. Because marriage don't wà nú ẹ̀ is nothing to write home about anymore. Ìyàwó yẹn kò sí fẹ́ mọ́. The children want to turn against her. Such men have every reason, and I will say every backing to have another good life and start another life. Kó tó late. Yes. Ẹ̀yin first wife lè má like eléyìí o. Ẹ̀yin obìnrin tẹ́ wà nínú ilé ẹ lè má like it, but it's just the truth. You know why? We women, we have our children to fall back on lọ́jọ́ alẹ́. Who does this man have to fall back on lọ́jọ́ alẹ́? Ẹlòmíì, the children have been turned against the man. Ẹlòmíì, the man, ìtorí òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń jà, ìyàwó gan ò jẹ́ kó súnmọ́ òun mọ́. And you know why? You know what? Men are not, they are not created to stay alone. They are not. A woman can stay alone for long. A man cannot. Some can, but very few. Very, very few. Some here in abroad, they have made their plans. Wọ́n ti ṣe plans wọn sílẹ̀, wọ́n ti ṣe everything sílẹ̀. Kò síyàwó, ọmọ ò sí tòsí wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń gbégbé ayé wọn peacefully. But not all of them. And that is why you find out some of them will go back to Nigeria to go. Some don't have the plan to go back, but maybe they will relocate, but they will start planning to relocate back home. So some have reasons to actually do to get another wife, and nobody should tell them not to. Yeah, for medical reasons too. Prostate cancer, not one day. The same way, a woman too. Obìnrin náà ní ìdíkíní tá à ń sọ yìí torí fibroid. Ṣebí lady kan, mo kàn wọ́n máa post kíní lady yẹn. Wọ́n ló kú torí fibroid lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. A one gospel singer. Bó tẹ̀ yẹ pé àwọn family ẹ̀ ní cancer ni. Ó lè jẹ́ fibroid tó ti di cancer sí nínú. Bí Tayoka. And I'm very sure bóyá kò ń dóko. Ọlọ́run má yòrò oko lára lọ́rọ̀ tèmi. Bóyá kò ń dóko toró gba Jésù. A lot of àwọn tó ń lọ church yẹn. That is the reason you find them. Ṣẹ́rí kìíní Jerry Eze yẹn, àwọn tó ní fibroid ló pọ̀ jù ń bẹ̀. That Jerry Eze program, àwọn tó ní fibroid ló pọ̀ jù ń bẹ̀. Tó ń wá miracle. Take it or leave it. Yeah, ìyàwó ọjọ́ alẹ́ is very important for a man. Very, very important. So obìnrin tí ò bá fẹ́ kí ìyàwó òun fẹ́ ìyàwó mi, ọkọ òun fẹ́ ìyàwó mi torí ọjọ́ alẹ́, kó ṣe normal. Ó wà very important. And that is why a man should look out for himself. Make money legitimately, o kò má lọ hand sẹ́wọ̀n. Make money legitimately torí ọjọ́ alẹ́. Owó yẹn ló máa save ẹ. Tọkùnrin bá ní owó, tí ọkùnrin bá pé 80, tó bá fẹ́ fẹ́ ọmọ 30 years á fẹ́. Yes, come in. Good morning, son. Oh, you are back. Good afternoon. Báwo ni iṣẹ́? Ojú ẹ kò sí stress lẹ́nu. Okay, you don't look stressed. I'm almost done, Mumbo.
I'm going out.
You going out now?
I have to pick something up.
Okay. Obìnrin tí ó bá fẹ́ kí ìyàwó ọkọ òun fẹ́ ìyàwó mi, because no matter how, níbo la tún já sí. No matter how old a man is, no matter how old, he still needs somebody. No matter how old we are as a woman, we need somebody. Our children are there for us. Who is going to be there for that man? And no matter how old a woman is, this is what I wanted to say. A woman will always be jealous. No matter how old a woman is, she will still be jealous. So if you don't want that man to go and marry another woman, she normal. And you know what? Children of these days, especially àwọn ọmọ kan, not all of them, but most of them, even as a mother, don't think they will be carrying you as handbag up and down with them. Don't think, especially in abroad, some of you know what I'm saying. In abroad, your children are not going to carry you as handbag everywhere. You will stay on your own. They will stay on their own. So we both need each other. Fún ọjọ́ alẹ́ náà. So for a man, ẹ má bá wọn wí. You can't force them too much. We look out for ourselves by taking care of our children as women, making sure, and that is why I always tell men too, the most beautiful thing for a man and a woman is for them to be there till old age with their children, loving both of them together. Honestly, it's the most beautiful thing anybody can wish for. But not everybody have that luck. Many, it's not going to be like that anymore. They have to start afresh. They have to start anew. So for a man, if you know things are falling apart, there's nothing stopping you. The most important thing is make sure you have money. Money is important and important for a man. Owó yìí, ó ṣe pàtàkì, ó ṣe kókó. Without money, if you are 80 years old, there will still be a woman with good health, with nothing doing you. There is somebody somewhere, a woman that will marry you, that will be ready to. If Nendi Woko, go and look at Nendi Woko. He's not even looking older anymore. He's not looking older anymore. And Nendi Woko is about 60 something. How old not we? How old is Regina? So, with money, ọkùnrin ẹ lọ make owó. A woman has the children to fall back on. Your money will rescue you in old age as a man. So let me go now. Thank you, everyone. I think at this stage I've really tried for today. Please don't nag as a man. Don't nag as a woman. Some of you men, now you're nagging, break your marriage. Some of you men. And some of you women, now nagging, break your marriage. And some of you, nagging is about to break your marriage. You nagging is not about your husband. You nagging is not about your wife. It's about who you are. It's about you, that you know how to do cho 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 cho. You see me, somebody very close to me that knows me one-on-one. He tells me, he said, when people that are close to him that watches my video, when they tell him, say, Aduni Gbono, he say, Aduni wo. As you see, she can't talk much. You see me talking on social media. I think there is a spirit behind this social media that makes you talk. Outside this social media, I am not that. I talk, but I'm not that. Aggressive. That I don't know how to put it. That you think, this woman is fire. No, outside the social media, I'm a different person entirely. You know, especially when it comes to relating with my man. Somebody. I'm different. So, all right, let me go. Ta ló ń pè? Àbúrò ṣó fẹ́ contribute ni.
All right, I've never called before because what's missing number 3 is here, number 1 and number 2.
Okay.
Number 1 and number 2 did not call.
Ta ló yẹ kó call ni number 1? If I have their number, I will call.
Number 1.
I will call him. I have his number. I have his number. Fẹ́ kí n lọ.
I just want to encourage you. I'm a very shy person when it comes to talking. I'm not a public talking person.
But you talk very well in the outside public now.
Yes, but I don't like public talk. Would you want to me?
And you will find out that some of us that talk on social media, outside social media, we are shy. So can you see it?
It's when I'm with you one-on-one I talk, but not publicly.
Publicly, okay.
Yeah. So I just want to encourage you, Auntie. Thank you so much. This is my first time of calling into your show. I've never done it before.
That's Remi Odwala. That's Remi Odwala talking. So I will call your me now.
Your me is number 1 and Ogua is number 2.
I don't have Alex's number. I have your Miss number.
Because they kept dropping, saying that you is enough. You are tertiary. You are saying too much.
Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin tí mò ń sọ?
Yeah.
Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kí má tàṣírí wọn. They don't like me revealing their secrets. Àwọn náà dẹ̀ ń já mi sí o.
But they are
àwọn
learning.
ọkùnrin náà máa ń já mi sí
They are
gbogbo
learning
scope
from
yẹn o.
this.
Eh?
They are learning from this,
I
and
know.
we are all both learning, especially with our grown-ups. You know, we are learning. We are seeing one or two of our mistakes, and we are working on it, and we are trying to build better relationship in future. And so I don't know why they're asking you the time of you should go. They should listen so that they can also how am I gonna say
The younger ones.
Yes, the younger ones coming behind and
Behind us should learn from it.
Yes,
from
and
our own
the
mistakes.
children. And the more the children, they are number one teacher. They are looking at everything we're doing. So it's very, very important that men, do the needful at home, because they are little young boys, and coming up can see that, oh, dad is doing well, and we can have better tomorrow with our children. Please, men, it is very, because at the beginning it's only women that are, our parents
focus
after,
on.
They want it. Yes, you do this, you do, but they ignore the male child, which affected our own generation so badly.
Yes.
Yes, it did affect us so badly.
They did so bad with the men of our generation.
And that is why marriage look as if it's not
tough. It's very tough.
Yes, marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and
with the right person. Yes, no, I won't say with the right person. With two people who know what they are doing. Because you don't know who is the right, you don't know who is wrong. You just marry.
Some people, I do watch the program on TV that they're saying love is blind, and I've watched series of it, and you can see that few people, they've only met within 4 weeks,
and they marry.
They're living with that, yes, because they are willing to learn. If I'm doing something and it's not working, if we both have the same motive, we can work together as a team.
Yes.
And that's how marriage works. Nobody knows it all.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm making an error, like with the topic you are treating today, if I notice that, this will make my partner happy, this will, for the better of this relationship, we change our attitude.
Yeah.
And make sure we work towards it so that we can have, mutual understanding.
Be ready to make changes and adapt.
And that is how marriage works. For our parents, that's what happened between them. It's not all of them that love their husbands. Like it was when they continue in that marriage that they grew to.
The love will be growing.
Yes. But now you have to love the man first. We are putting love first, which can't really, how am I gonna say?
I think you build on it.
Yes.
You don't even love somebody immediately you meet them. There must have been something that will be growing.
Yes.
Love is something that grows over time.
Yes.
But we think it's something that happens suddenly. No, it doesn't happen suddenly. Anyone that happens suddenly is infatuation, and that's why they break.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's just because our old parents, they marry each other. It's not that they even toast each other. So they get married through family friends and this and that,
matchmaking,
all arranged marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And they have beautiful marriage afterwards. How did it work? It's because they have mutual understanding. Okay, I'm going to be with this person, and they work at it, and they continuously grow. They learn from each other. They talk, they discuss, and they have beautiful marriage. And I hope our men can take that home for today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You did a great work. Continue. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.
You too. I'm calling you. You won't. You go nowhere. You go nowhere. I fẹ́ gbóhùn. That's Remi Oduala on the line. Yomi, if you don't pick my call, I will block you. Yomi is not picking. online ló ti lẹ́nu. You see your is not picking. Irú àwọn àbúrò wo ni mo ní lórí social media yìí is not picking. Ní sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìsìn o. If you call me after the show, I will not pick. I will not pick. Anyway, thank you everyone. God bless you. I'm sure we have learned one or two things. I've learned something too in talking. Anytime you see me talk, I'm taking something out of it too. Because sometimes when you are talking, it's not as if you have prepared it, you have put it down. You just talk as it flows and you'll be like, there are some things you look like, okay, you try to apply and maybe you need to adjust in your own life too. Like I say, none of us is perfect. No man is perfect, no woman is perfect. We come together, we don't know each other from Adam. We meet and we say, let's start something together. Remy says something that most times we think we love each other immediately. No, we start feeling something for each other immediately we meet. You start feeling something. It doesn't mean that thing is strong enough to keep you together. No. As time goes on, as you start doing things together, you start doing stuff together, you start, many things together, the love starts growing. That is where you start building that trust, that I can trust my life to this person, and that person say I can trust my life to you too. And you start building on it. And that is when you can say the love is actually developing. Love is not something that comes automatically. We make that mistake, and many people have gotten themselves involved where they are not supposed to get involved. I want to believe this particular show will do more benefit to the young ones. So if you have young people, young adults, young married girl or daughter or son, you can share this video with them. I want to believe some of us are grandparents, some of us have children that will soon be getting married. This kind of videos will be very useful for them. Let's share it with them. I personally had a talk with my daughter 2 days ago. We had mother and daughter time. We went strolling and we had this mother and daughter time, and she asked me a particular question that I had to respond to, and from there talk to her about some things concerning relationship. And she said, thank you, mommy, you've really given me clarity on this. So, and that's one thing I will encourage us to. Let's spend time with our children. Let's have time to ask them questions, and that way we'll be able to counsel them so that where we fail, they can do better. Many families have been scattered, and today some stories, if you hear it, you'll be so shocked. We shouldn't let it repeat. Even if we make mistake, our children should not go into something like that again in their own lives. And that will depend on the kind of counseling we give them. We can't be there with them forever, but some things we'll have told them to, we stick and we help them in their journey as they go on. So I want to say, for the younger ones on this page, I would recommend you watch this video again. We have said a lot of things that will need to be helped. Please, nagging is a no-no. Communication is beautiful. Nagging in a marriage, in a relationship, even if you are not yet married to the person, do not nag. And if you're married, don't think that person is your property and you can treat them anyhow. No, nobody is a property of anyone. You are only together as long as you make it beautiful. I love Barista's song. Onigba ti fe wa ni fe dun mo. The day there is a thin line that says there is a thin line between hate and love. There is something that will snap and you wonder, ṣé ẹni tí mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ lélẹ̀? It's all because communication has gone wrong. It's all because you have not approached things the right way. It's all because somebody feels superior to the other. It's just because somebody refused to listen to reasoning, or somebody feels offended, somebody feels cheated, somebody feels relegated, like they don't matter, that results in all this kind of a thing. We all matter. As long as we come together, we matter. We are important. Auntie Emisi Eshema, thank you very much, man. So on this, I think I really have to go now. Thank you, every one of you. I appreciate you and I love you guys. Bye. Thank you, everyone on YouTube. Have a nice weekend. Bye.